Hey, good morning, you guys. Back from hiatus, episode 58 of the First and 10 NFL New York Jets podcast. How you doing this morning, brother? Long time no see.
Yes.
Since last Saturday.
It's been 2 weeks. A lot of our news might be old, but this is our show, so we're going to talk about it either way. Before I go on a little rant, how are you? It's been 2 weeks. You had a great show last week. Tell everybody out there who's, doesn't know what you do on the side.
Well, we had a great heavy metal show last Saturday night at Dingbats in Clifton. Okay. You were there. Our buddy John was there.
Yep.
What a great night. What a great bunch of bands. What a great bunch of people. We had a blast.
Yep. Any of our listeners out there or subscribers, if you're into metal and you don't know Hostile Rage, well, get to know Hostile Rage, because phenomenal, great live, great album out there.
I was feeling mighty hostile last night.
Yeah. But what a great night. What a great night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was great meeting your son, too.
Oh, thank you. He had a great time, had an awesome time. We always enjoy coming to see you guys perform. It's top notch. Yeah. The musicianship is tight. Everything. The band gels well. You're like a brotherhood up there. Like, you could see that you guys are in sync with everything you do.
35 years this year.
Wow. Props.
35 years.
Wow.
It was actually 35 years in March.
Okay. So. Wow.
Yeah, now we're on to 36.
There we go. And 40 and 45, and we're taking this ride as far as we can.
Hell yeah. We're like the freaking Stones.
Hey. Kevin, I had to tell you last week, I wish we would have done this show, but we couldn't. I wanted a rant. I was really disgusted with some of our fan base.
Because
prior to this, we were talking about how dominant we could be. We're happy about the draft, and we still have to go over day 3 stuff. I know we're a little behind because we missed. But then the schedule comes out, and I hear a lot of, the NFL didn't do us any favors. We got to play all these teams early in the schedule.
Wow.
Do that.
Beat the freaking teams you're handed.
That's right. If we're going to be a goddamn team that slaps people in the mouth, why are we so worried about the Ravens week 1? Seriously.
Matter of fact, I don't think our schedule's hard enough.
Right? You know what?
I want to beat the Chargers. I want to beat the Chiefs.
I want to beat everyone on our schedule.
I want to beat the Rams.
Kevin, I never looked at our schedule and said, and maybe because I wear the rose-colored glasses, but I never looked at our schedule year after year and say, this is a 4-win team. I never think that.
We're going to go through this, and we're going to make our early predictions here. I mean, at things can change, injuries, players.
Of course.
Based on right now, we're going to go through this and lay our numbers out.
I looked when the schedule came out, and I didn't shit my pants. You got to beat who's on your schedule. If Zach Wilson's the real deal, which we believe he is, then he's going to lead us. If all these draft picks are the real deal, like we believe they are, then they're going to lead us. Mm-hmm. If Joe Douglas and Saleh are the tandem, and LaFleur are the tandem we think they are, then they're going to lead us. If we want to get to where the big boys are, it starts with the Ravens. And let them come into our home week 1, and let's punch them in the fucking mouth. I'm sorry.
I love it. Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
And then I hear, then we got to go to Cleveland. Who cares? First off, and maybe this is a cop-out, we don't know if there's going to be a Deshaun. Did the 6-game suspension come down yet? Because I know the NFL was doing interviews with him finding out. And even if it doesn't, he sat out a year last year. I'm supposed to believe he's coming back 100% after sitting out a year.
Yeah,
and
Superman. Yeah. All right.
And I understand, Kevin, you don't judge last year or week to week. We beat the Bengals.
Yes. And, Watson wants to run around and good, throw him around like a rag doll.
Yeah.
Hit him into next week.
And then this Brady Quinn comes out and
shut up. Yeah.
Did you hear this moron? I'm sorry, I usually don't say he's a moron.
Dude.
0-9.
And I'm a Notre Dame fan. You suck.
Exactly. What are you mad about? Because we got you off of waivers and cut you and then brought you back and sat you on the pine for 5 weeks before we cut your ass again?
And obviously, excuse me, I'm a little under the weather.
Yeah, it's okay.
And obviously, everybody thinks you suck. So
yeah, really, who the
hell? You know what your opinion means to me? Zero.
Bingo. Seriously.
Actually, I'll put a minus by that, so it's -0.
Brady Quinn, keep your trap shut. Just stop hanging out with Troy Aikman and drinking that bullshit cooler, drink whatever you're doing over there.
I'll say it again. You suck.
Yeah, really. I don't care what you say.
You always sucked. So.
But seriously, Jet fans, let's not let this get. If we want to get to this promised land and we want to be the team we always wanted, we got to slap these teams.
Brady Quinn, Browning Nagel, almost the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. We got to slap these teams in the mouth.
Brady Quinn, Rick Meyer, the same thing.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question, Kevin. I don't do all the research on all 31 teams. I just know what I know. I spew from my mouth. Who is their receivers that I have to be quaking in my boots? Who's Lamar throwing to this week 1? That I got to be worried about that team?
I don't know.
If we want to get to Jet fans where we want to go, it starts by slapping the big boys in the mouth. And if the Ravens are the big boys and the Browns are the wannabe big boys and the Bengals are the new big boys, let's slap these teams in the mouth.
Hey, man.
Stop worrying. You play who's on the schedule.
I'm looking for our new tight end to have an awfully big game against the Bengals.
Really? Kevin, nobody last year when we did predictions and we watched all these shows and everything, no one had the Bengals going to a Super Bowl. I don't even know if anyone had them going to the goddamn playoffs. Shit happens. Why can't it happen with us? Why are we sweating this schedule?
And I mean, we got Gardner signed, Wilson signed, Johnson signed.
Yeah. All 3 of our first-round picks signed, and we could go over the breakdowns because I wrote everything down.
Okay.
And
I mean, you got Wilson added to this wide receiver group. I'm looking forward to it, man.
I mean, you put out
again. We say it all. It's all going to fall on our quarterback, but
exactly. But Kev, you had to like what you saw the final 4 weeks. If for one stupid play, he breaks Brady. He beats Brady. The kid beats Brady if it wasn't for one stupid play.
Yep. Which, I don't know. The offensive coordinator took responsibility, but I mean.
But that's all right. The general took responsibility for his soldier. I like that. I could live with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Like to sit here and start to quake about the schedule, screw that. Let's go do what we have to do.
Go beat the teams on their...
Exactly. And you know what, Kevin? Let these teams look at us and say, oh, that's the Jets, circle. Come on. Because we're going to punch some people in the mouth this year. And it starts with Baltimore coming into our territory on Sunday, 9/11.
And I think, judging by what I've seen in the signings, our defense is going to be insane.
Yes. And they still might bring in 2 pieces in Quan Alexander and Ajobu. They still might bring in 2 pieces.
Absolutely. Hey, man. I have to say that from the offseason and the draft and the free agent signings, I'm really looking forward to this year.
Yeah. And of course, Kevin, we say this every year. We don't want to win April. We're tired of that. But like when the schedule come out and I heard, Oh man, we could be 1-9. We could be in the
What
same
a not
boat.
what?
Come on, come on. If we want to go to where we want to go, it starts on September at our home against Baltimore. If we punch this team in the mouth, Kevin,
I could
and
see
win, hold on a second. If we punch this team in the mouth and win, all 16 teams on our schedule, 15 teams are going to take notice.
put on notice. Yep.
And the whole NFL is going to be put on notice. And you want to know something? The best time probably to get the Ravens is week 1.
I mean, I could see us at least going 2-2 in the first 4 games, if not 3-1. I mean,
That's what I said when I.
What is Pittsburgh?
That's what I said.
You know, Roethlisberger's gone.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on.
I'm supposed to sweat the Dolphins because they got Tyreek? I got sauce, baby.
Listen. Did you see with Tyreek trying to make excuses for Tua? Because there was somebody. Yeah, somebody filming practice. There were so many shit throws.
Oh, I know. There was the one post where they showed Tua, and then Tyreek standing there waiting for it, like, all right, I'm waiting. You know?
Yeah. We're scared.
Yeah, like, you know what? If we want to get to where, I think the NFL did us a solid, because if we're the team that we want to be talked about on all the shows and not mocked at on all the shows, this is the schedule that's going to do it. Because if you punch the Ravens, Browns, and Bengals in the mouth the first 3 games and go 2-1, people are going to start to shit their pants and take notice.
And I mean, even looking at the schedule, it doesn't. What are you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of nothing, Kev. Right now, I have them at 10-7. But I know me and my rose-colored glasses. By the time August rolls around and I see other moves and what we did, and if there's no injuries, I might have them at 12-5. Okay, I'm not the smartest of Jet fans because I always wear my rose-colored glasses, but this is the schedule that proves if we're going to be something. This is the schedule that shows that we moved. Joe Douglas did what he can to make us a force.
And I mean, anytime you're ready to go through, you're getting me all pumped up here to go through it and make predictions here.
I figure we do our prediction show another time because there's so much that we missed on the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a topic for you about 9 Jets that should be in the Hall of Fame and they're not. We could discuss that in the latter show. But like I said, I could rant all day on this schedule. Like, I'm supposed to sweat the Dolphins. Like, if I can't beat the Dolphins, this is another thing. Are we going to win some divisional games?
Be nice.
Seriously.
You whiffed the whole damn season last year. So
I'm supposed to sweat the Patriots when they're coming out and saying they're a little worried about the offensive side of the ball. Now, that might just be fodder that the Patriots spew out there. But I'm really supposed to sweat the Patriots?
I mean, you got 3 out of your first 5 games, right, at home?
Yeah.
So why can't you be 3-2? Why can't why can't you be 4-1?
Anything could happen on any given Sunday.
I mean, we know we could be 0-5 too, but I don't see it happening this year. Nope.
Kevin, if we're 0-5, then you got to sit the quarterback down.
Thank you.
Right? He's not the guy then, right? He's not the guy then if we're 0-5.
I think I mentioned to you a while ago. I said you got Flacco and White.
Mm-hmm.
If Zach is stinking it up by week 3, it's time to make a change.
Yeah, really.
I mean, if he can't get it together by the 3rd week of the season, I don't know what to say.
And then, Kevin, you know what really...
And if they're losing games and you can see it's on him, sit him down.
Yeah. And then, Kevin, you know what really pissed me off? Sunday morning after the draft or Monday morning after the draft, I woke up and I saw, and I wish I would have took a snippet of it and saved it because I would love to call the guy out. He goes, "Oh, let's start the mock for next year. I know it's early. Let's start the mock." They're already the mock for next year, this one guy. Wait, we'll get a load of this. He has us picking 3.
I saw that.
I really wish I would have saved the guy's name. I'm going to go back into the archives
What
to see if I could find it.
What an ass. What an ass. What an ass.
I just don't understand. Maybe it's worth it because Jet fans, we talk every year like we're the best and it never. What's with the Jet hate too from all these other outside reporters or people who think they know shit? They know nothing.
Who cares?
We're picking 3. They actually had the Jacksonville Jaguars picking 7th or 8th, which means they're better than us next year. If I remember right, it was Houston, the poor Detroit Lions, who I feel are moving up the ladder too, and us. We were the top 3 again, followed by our brothers in New York, the Giants at 5.
Yeah, okay. All right. Idiot.
I'm glad the schedule is in there. How great would it be? How great would it be to go into Green Bay and beat the Diva?
I mean, that's a tough situation. That's a tough thing to do. It really is. I mean, at least it's October, middle of October, so it won't be too cold yet.
No, I know.
I mean, that's a tough thing. And, I was looking at it.
But Kevin, we also thought it was going to be tough. And I understand it was the playoffs. We also thought it was going to be tough for the Bengals to escape the Raiders, to escape Tennessee, to escape who they play in the Chiefs. But they did all of it. Yep. They did all of it.
I mean, the only 2 weeks that really worry me is week and the week after at the Broncos. That's a tough road trip, packing in the Broncos.
And how about this for some locker room to get pumped up? The Packers, the week before they play us, are going to be in London. Okay? They have a
little jet lag, huh?
No, but wait, here's the kicker, because they interviewed their coach. And usually those teams, after they played the London trip, get a bye because of the jet lag. Mm-hmm. The Packers declined it. So what does that say? They're saying to themselves, "Oh, it's the Jets. Circle that as when we could beat them at 50%. To me, I'd be like, this team didn't even take their bye because they think we're a bunch of putzes. Let's go slap them in the mouth.
Go in there and take it to them, man.
And you know what'll happen, Kevin? That's what'll happen because it's Jet law. We'll beat them, and everyone will come out and say, well, the Packers weren't at 100%. They came back from London. The jet lag. They didn't arrive back to Green, Wisconsin until Tuesday. And it'll be all that shit because that's the way it works when the Jets beat a team. There's always an excuse. They didn't take the bye. I know.
Can you imagine?
I know LaFleur said, well, we wanted it later in the season. Yeah, that's the political way of saying, you know what? It's the Jets. We don't
give a shit. We could beat them in our sleep.
Yeah, they didn't take the bye. Go kiss my ass. Go kiss my ass. You didn't take the bye. You wanted it later in the season. You didn't take the bye because you think we're putzes and you could beat us with 50% of your talent. All right, let's see. So tired of it. So tired of being disrespected by this whole league. Let's punch some teams in the mouth. The NFL did us a favor with this schedule. Go hit some people now.
I mean, to me, the two toughest games on the schedule, in my opinion, are at the Packers and actually New Year's Day.
Seattle?
Yes.
I'm not worried about Seattle. Who's quarterbacking them? Geno Smith? Locke? I mean, who's really quarterbacking them right now? Now, things could change where, by the time that game they could, but who's quarterback? I'm going to sweat Geno Smith?
Go figure.
I have a question, brother. Why are we on a time
Yeah,
limit?
me too. I was just looking at that. What the hell is that?
I just noticed that. What the hell?
That's new.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll have to get done in the 8 minutes, whatever. But like I said, I could, and we didn't even touch base. We're going to have to figure this out and come back next week with more. But like I said, this schedule is the schedule. Let's just do what we have to do. My God, the NFL did us no favors. If I'm the Jets, every day before we head onto the practice field, I play LaFleur saying, we wanted to buy later in the season. I play Brady Quinn saying this team might be 0-9 or 1-8 or whatever he said. I showed the thing of that reporter who said next year's draft we'll be picking 3. Okay, all right.
Go scratch your ass. Go
Really?
pound, as my grandmother would say, go pound salt.
Yeah, really. Oh, so aggravated. I can't anymore. Let's just hit these teams in the mouth.
So hey, I wanted to talk to you about this Clemens dude that we picked up.
Okay.
Have you watched some film on this guy?
Yes.
The guy's like an animal, boy. Yeah. Man, I am so pumped up for this dude.
Yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, Kev. The 52-year-old man in me, when they drafted him, the first thing I saw was his record, that he's got 2 priors. Okay, gun possession and marijuana. And he wasn't when he was a kid. It was his last year. He was 25. He's an old, because I think he played like 4. He was redshirted 2 or 3 years. So he's got like 7 years under his belt. So I wasn't happy about that. But then I said to myself, everyone deserves a second chance. That's the old man in me, the father in me. Everyone deserves a second chance. And they do. Everyone does. But when I watched film on this beast, that's the only name I could label. This kid's a beast.
A beast. Can you imagine him, Lawson, and Johnson?
Yeah. Quinn and Franklin Myers. And then but you're bringing probably Clemens in off the bench. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah. So I have to worry about the Ravens, right? Like, I like all this talent, but yet we're going to worry that the NFL screwed us with the schedule?
Yeah. We're worried about Lamar running around.
Yeah. If we got talent coming out of our paws that we think we do, then we're gonna be the new Ravens. We're gonna be the new We're gonna be the new teams that everyone talks about. And stop worrying about the schedule. Play who's on it and punch people in the mouth. We got Sauce. We got Garrett Wilson. We got Johnson, Clemens. We brought in the running back Bryce Hall.
Bryce Hall, man.
Yeah. And then if you look at, and we didn't even get a chance because there's friggin' time, and we got to figure this out for episode 59. I didn't even start talking about the undrafted free agents, and there's 3 or 4 diamonds in there that I see.
And I'm watching film of Bryce Hall. I'm like, holy crap, it's like Curtis Martin.
It's like watching a video game, right?
Yes. It's like Curtis Martin 2.0.
And then you want to talk about the undrafted free agent. There's a lot of buzz around that Zovin Knight, bam, from Knight State, that running back. There's a lot of buzz behind that kid, too.
Yep. Can you imagine Carter and Hall as the two-headed monster?
Exactly. And then you bring you keep Tavon Coleman as the oldest statesman in the room. Yeah. I mean, Kevin,
I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go.
And to jump over, you mentioned the tight ends earlier. You got Conklin and Huzama, and you signed the kid from Ohio State. Where here I was in love with Yeboah, and now there's a chance Yeboah, who knows where he even makes the team.
How cool is it with Ruckett that as a little kid he was a huge Jet fan?
Big time.
And now he's on the team.
Big time.
I mean, they talk about a dream come true, right?
Yeah. Props to him. Props to his family. Wow. He didn't hide that he was a Jet fan growing up. He showed pictures of his pride.
Right, yeah. He's got one picture that looks just like me as a little kid.
Yeah. We got to put that up side by side and show everyone that one.
Yes.
You know?
Oh, man.
But, I mean, I know it's been a while. And like I said, we didn't touch base on a lot of this stuff. But the schedule really, when I heard Jet fans, some of them saying, oh, we didn't get any favors. Screw that. We got a favor. Let's show people what we're made. This is the new.
Oh, go kick some ass, will you?
Really?
Shut up.
Really?
Put your helmet on and play the damn games.
Somebody said, well, we have to be realistic. If we could go 1-8 and 2-7 after the schedule. Wait, the schedule gets easy. Maybe we could pick up 4 or 5 wins. All right, so we're going to settle for 7-10. Is that what you're telling me?
Nah.
That means year 2 under Zach and under LaFleur and under Saleh was somewhat of a bust, and now we're holding our breath that year 3 is when he comes on.
Hey man, we all know the first 4 weeks is like an extended preseason. We know that.
Yeah.
Like Steve Young always said, you can go if you go 2-2, terrific. If you go 3-1, even better. If you go 4-0, you're on cloud 9. But
I don't care. I don't care who the wins come against. I don't see why after 5 weeks we can't be 3-2.
Me neither.
I'm going to sweat the Dolphins in my building. I'm going to sweat the Steelers with Trubisky. I'm going to sweat the Browns without Deshaun, or even with Deshaun, who sat out for a year.
Yeah, right. Hey, maybe they'll keep Baker.
Yeah. You think he's even going to want to step on the field for that team after the way they treated him?
I wouldn't.
But
I saw something where he said he'd retire.
Really? I think what's ever going to happen to Baker probably won't happen to July, and I wouldn't be surprised if he winds up in Seattle or Carolina. Matt Rule's fighting for his life. There's no way he's going in this season with Sam as his starter, or the kid they got in the draft, whatever his name was.
Poor Sam.
Yeah. I guess nice guys do finish last, because that's all he was. I guess
so.
He didn't turn out to be a quarterback. Egg on my face.
Yeah, go figure. Go figure. We all got a little egg.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, we can extend this if you want to and keep talking.
I'm game if you are. I'm game if you are. Because like I said, we didn't even really get in touch. We didn't say what the contracts were.
We're too busy bitching about everything first.
Because I didn't understand. Like, when this schedule came out, I was like, all right, we got this. I never ever thought about, oh, my God, the NFL screwed us. The NFL does what it does. What am I supposed to do? That's the schedule. Play who's on your schedule.
Play the hand you're dealt, man.
Really? Go hit people in the mouth and show them this is the new New York Jets. New York Jets.
Not
whining. The same old New York Jets.
Stop whining.
Damn.
Suck it up. Shut up.
Yep. And I'm surprised people aren't bitching that, we have 9 away games. Who cares?
Go play the schedule.
Win. Just win.
Just win, baby. Al Davis, just win, baby.
Man.
Hell yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either. So, all right. We'll be continuing this momentarily.
Good. We got about another minute. I guess we could calm down, get our blood pressure down, resting heart rate back to normal. And then we could talk about day 3 of the draft, the 2 picks that we got. We could talk about the undrafted free agent.
Yeah, I mean, we're just touching on Clemens. I love this kid, man.
Yeah. We'll go over the signings. So
very good. Hey, I said again, I watched film of it. I kept watching film of this guy over and over and over and over.
That's all I
couldn't get enough of the hits.
Yeah. And him and Jermaine Johnson, the way they talk, like nothing is given. We have to earn this. Like, these 2 players come to ball. They're ready. They're not expecting to start. They're going to win starting jobs.
I agree.
They're not going in there thinking, oh, I deserve this. Jermaine Johnson's not saying, oh, I was the 26th pick first round. They came back to get me. This is a shoo-in. No, he's telling you to stop the run, to attack the quarterback. You have.
We're back.
We calm down. We took a breather.
Took a break. Took a breather.
And we're ready to rock.
All right. So we
were talking about Michael Clemens, right?
Love it.
Yep. What do you think of Max Mitchell?
Like it?
Yeah, the old lineman, University
Yeah,
of
like it.
Louisiana.
Absolutely. Hey,
Yeah,
depth.
yeah,
What it's about.
yeah. This Max Mitchell from the University of Louisiana, 6'6", 307 pounds, can play right tackle or left tackle. Sun Belt first team all conference selection.
Love it. Love it.
He allowed 13 pressures over 859 snaps at right tackle. That is phenomenal. Wow.
Hey, I wonder if Becton feels the breath.
He has to be. He has to be.
You would think, man.
Now, I know a lot of people get upset when you talk bad about Becton. He seems to be the #1 Jet player everyone loves. Were you a little concerned or tongue-in-cheek when Saleh said, hey, big boy, we know you're doing the work, but we'd love to have you here?
I think that was a little undertone shot. Really.
Yeah. Now, I know he just had his first child and he wanted to be home for that. But as soon as the child was born and he's healthy and everything under God's will is perfect, your job is on the line, big boy. And now
that's right.
Son,
that's right.
You might especially run.
Especially with the season you had last year, and you never came back from that injury, and
Yeah. And remember,
I would think you got something to prove.
Yeah, and remember, this coaching staff didn't draft you, so you really have a lot to prove. You really have a lot to prove, especially when the whispers is they want to re-sign Fant. They're in talks about maybe renegotiating his contract. You have to be there yesterday, Mr. Becton, but
you also never know who gets cut in June.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And you were speaking about the cuts, so they were talking about the Jets. We finally, out of all 32 teams, Kevin, we have the smallest amount of dead cap space, 2.8 million. 2.8 million, that's all.
Well, I find it kind of strange that Hall, Ruckert, Mitchell, Clemens, they remain unsigned.
The later rounds usually do. They're not, that doesn't surprise me. I think probably by July, mid-June, that will all be done. I'm more shocked that we got 3 first-round picks done before some teams even got their first rounder in.
Sauce.
Yeah.
You think
the Jets have the lowest dead cap space? Dead cap money, 2.8 million.
Just a quickie. You think Sauce is going to be the next Revis?
I think he's going to be close.
Okay.
Do you think he's going to be the next Revis?
You think there's going to be a Sauce Island?
I don't know. He's cocky enough to think for us to think there should be. Will that be hot sauce? What would his island be? Would it even be an island, or would it just be hot sauce?
Who the hell was?
But Kev,
who was Rex talking about when he was talking about hot sauce, dumping hot sauce on somebody? You remember that?
I don't. But Kev, if this kid's a bust,
Reggie Bush.
What's that?
Reggie Bush.
We're gonna hear. Oh, okay. If this kid is not as good or he's a bust, there's gonna be a lot of duck sauce, right?
Yeah, I mean that little sauce ball around your neck, you're gonna be dumping it out.
Yeah. Enjoy the hot sauce, the barbecue sauce, whatever in there. If you don't live up to expectations, there's gonna be a lot of New York Post with the duck sauce and dead sauce and
I heard his favorite is sriracha. So
is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a little food for thought there. A little sauce for thought.
Sauce for thought, yeah. But let me tell you, if this kid is good, that sauce is gonna be flying off the shelf because his jersey's already flying off the shelf,
Yeah, crazy, man.
So let's talk about our 3 first-round picks. Jared Wilson signed, 4-year deal, fully guaranteed.
Raj.
What's that?
Raj,
yeah. $20.55 million for Raj. What's happening?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, man. You know, I said to myself, man, this dude reminds me of somebody. Who does this guy
Yeah.
remind me of? I think it's
Nice.
the glasses.
Yeah. That was good. Sauce Gardner signed 4-year, fully guaranteed, 38.7 mil, 25.3 signing bonus, standard 50-year option. Jermaine Johnson, same thing, 4-year deal, 13.1 million, 6.7 signing bonus, standing 50-year option. So we got the 3 big guys signed.
Uh-huh.
And in that case, we're ready to rock when it comes to that.
Out of the
The other
3,
guys sign in the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
out of the 3, just off the top of your head,
Okay.
who do you think is gonna have the most success?
Out of the 3.
I know who I think is gonna have the most success.
So is it a cop out if I say all of them? Because with this team, we really need all of them to hit.
Yeah, I know. But I know you gotta pick one.
I would have to say, because I think if you're asking me right now, and I know this is going to sound
Gun to your head.
Well, I would say Sauce, because I think he's going to be thrown to the wolves right
off the bat.
Wilson also, but he's going to have to probably work his way, because Corey's there, Elijah Moore is there, Braxton's been there. And I'm not saying he's not going to win a job over Braxton, but right now they know the playbook a little better. Sauce has to be thrown into the fire as soon as he walks on to that field, you know. So I'm going to say Sauce Gardner.
Okay. I'm going to go with Johnson.
Okay.
There's something about the dude.
Okay.
That, sometimes you get the gut feeling.
Yeah, I understand.
It was the same gut feeling I had last preseason with Elijah Moore.
Okay.
So hey, we'll see.
That was a good gut there. That was a good call on your part. You know.
And I mean, and I'll also tell you, watch Hall.
Yeah.
Watch Breece Hall.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I watched a lot of film on these guys, like over and over and over again.
Okay.
It reminds me of Carter Smart.
Okay. Can Jermaine Johnson be a day one starter in your opinion?
Yes.
In the D line?
Yes.
Okay. Can he do for us what Micah Parsons did for the Cowboys?
I don't see why not.
Can he be one of those household names, that wow name in the first 2 or 3 weeks that the shows are taking notice of and starting to talk about? And
I think if you got Lawson on one side and him on the other, okay, and you got Quincy in the middle.
Speaking of Quincy, you pick up his 5th year, or does Quincy have to go all out and prove to us he's the DT we thought he is, or is his days done? Is he done after this year? What does Quincy have to do this year?
Make some freaking plays. Pick it up a notch.
Yeah. Now, like we said, Kevin, we're not much for the X's and O's like other shows and other people talk of. We just go by the stats. So we don't, like, if he's taking 2 guys away and that frees up Carl Lawson, job done. I get it. So we're not intrinsic like that. We don't follow all that. But forget all that. In your mind, does Quincy need a 10-sack season?
Yes. I mean, what year is he in now? 4?
Well, this will be this 4th year.
Yeah, come on, man. Make your mark.
5th year.
You were supposed to be such a badass.
Yeah.
But we've seen it. We've seen it before. We've seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not to compare the two, but Vernon Golston was supposed to be a badass too.
Yeah. 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 No, I know.
I don't know.
I know.
So what else you got?
Well, we went over that. I mean, we could talk about some of it. We could give highlights of. Oh, again, it's like I said, we haven't been on for 2 weeks, so we know that the Saints signed the Honey Badger. I know you were high on him coming
Yes,
here.
yeah.
So, but we also cut tight end Brandon Dillon, and we also cut wide receiver DJ Montgomery.
Yeah.
I heard some people say Montgomery might be the one to replace Mims. But Mims is looking so. And listen, I don't want to go by what these videotapes are showing the workout.
He looks like.
But he looks like he's come to play this year, and if he's the player we're hoping he is,
Mims, Moore, Barrios, Wilson,
Davis. Yeah.
The tight ends.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
No excuses for this kid anymore.
No. I know. The question is, Kevin, let's say in camp and in these preseason games, he's lighting it up. If a team comes calling,
Zach, you mean?
No, Mims,
okay.
He's catching the ball. He's making these catches. He's that pure receiver we thought he was. He's playing well. A team comes calling. Do you trade him or do you say no?
Depends on what they're offering.
Okay. So you wouldn't sit on it one more year and say, no, he's finally the receiver we thought he was when we drafted him 3 years ago.
Number one, it depends on what team it is.
Okay.
And number two, it depends on what they're offering.
Okay.
I mean, you if it's the Lions or the Jaguars or something, and they're probably going to be having a high pick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Somebody, if it's a better middle to upper echelon team, if they can offer you something in a player, depending on what you need. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
But I'd love to see Mims succeed here. I really would. You can't have too many good wide receivers. It's about scoring points. I mean, I know defense wins championships, but you also got to outscore the other team.
Okay. Yeah. So, again, it's been 2 weeks, so some of this is old news. As you know, we released finally Greg Van Roten. We freed up $3.5 million.
Yep.
But do you think, in your opinion, the Jets bring him back at a later time, like maybe in late July, if he's still out there as a depth piece, or are they still done with him that
somebody goes down in training camp? Sure. Offensive lineman, somebody rolls up on their leg or something in practice or whatever. You never know.
All right. I don't know if they bring him back. I was never impressed with him. And don't forget, now we signed again, it's old news. We signed that Nate Herberg from the Eagles. Mm-hmm. He started 12 games in 2020. He's only 23 years old. Since he's been in the league, he started 17 out of the 33 games. He's another good depth piece. I don't think we ever need to bring Greg Roten back unless we really get hit with a rush of
injuries.
Yep.
Which, knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
I like the fact that
we had our share of injuries last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hopefully the injury bug is skipping the Meadowlands this year and flying and leaving us alone.
Because the end of preseason, training camp, and into the beginning of the regular season last year, it was just week after week. There was somebody going down.
And Kevin, we never really discussed it now, and I guess we can in hindsight because we saw what last season was and how it played out. I never took into consideration that, forget the fact that Zach's a rookie last year and you knew he was going to have those ups and downs.
Sure, yeah.
When you think about the season in a whole, was it – now, again, my numbers might be off. Like I said, we lost Carl Lawson, I believe, 2 weeks before opening day?
Yep.
And then was the passing of Greg Knapp before the Lawson injury or after the Lawson injury?
I don't remember. I'm going to say it was before.
Okay.
I don't know.
Either
Don't
way,
quote
that
me
was
on that.
two big losses
Brutal,
for a young
brutal.
team.
And especially for your young quarterback.
Yeah, for your young quarterback, a young coaching staff. These were two big losses that we really never took into consideration for those earlier weeks, looking like we were in disarray and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a lot to look into. Like, I think the Lawson and the Knapp probably took some sales out of this team going into the first few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
But, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just saying that we had to take that into consideration.
No, that's not an excuse. That's a rough thing on a team.
Yeah, but with year 2 now, we keep hearing Zach is beefier. He put 8 pounds of pure muscle.
Yeah, working with his receivers.
His legs look strong. He did the JetBlue World Tour to work with all his receivers. It's good when your uncle owns JetBlue, so it's easy to get the World Tour.
I saw Wilson shortly after the draft. He was saying that Zach was already texting him, being like, let's get together and throw. Let's get together and throw. Yeah.
Wilson to Wilson, the new duo, right?
Yes.
The new Batman and Robin.
That's right. Hey, your mouth to God's ears.
Yeah. So we signed about 13 undrafted free agents. I don't know who's going to stick. What's the story with them? The one thing I do I have him on my list here? I thought I did somewhere. Forgive me, my notes are all scattered all over the place. But I wanted to give props to the Jets because they brought in, as an undrafted free agent, I don't know if this kid will ever even come close to making a team, but props to them. They brought in Kevin Green's son.
I saw that. I
thought that was classy.
That was a classy move.
Absolutely. I don't know if any other teams made an offer and ours was just a better offer, but he's given the Jets a shot. Big shout out for the Jets for bringing him in.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Maybe this kid's something. Maybe his kid has his father's fight in him.
Oh, imagine.
And, he climbs up that depth chart like that. Warrior.
Even if he's got half of his father's tenacity.
Yeah. Maybe someone that has potential, who's got his father's spirit and drive and fight, and we could put him on the practice squad. I don't know, but props to the Jets for bringing Kevin Green's son in.
Yeah.
Undrafted free agent. Yep. So we got, like we were saying, like this Zovan Knight, the running back from NC State. He's 5'10", and he's 209 pounds. All right. He can also return kicks, and he's a first-team All-ACC in 2021. This kid could make the team as special teams, especially if he can return kicks. He might be a name Jet fans to keep an eye on,
I mean, Barrios is a great returner, but do you want to put your returner out there like that?
No, not if
when he's also one of your wide receivers.
I was just going to say that not if you're counting on Barrios to be your fourth receiver, which is where he is right now, I would say, in the depth chart.
Absolutely.
Where he is right now in the depth chart. Another name to keep an eye on, Jet fans, is Irvin Charles, the wide receiver from Indiana University of Pennsylvania. The kid is also 6'4", 228 pounds. He's a 4-star recruit. So these are some names to look after, Jet fans.
Nice. Very nice. Hey, man, I am so looking forward to this season. For the first time in a long time. I mean, we knew last year was going to be
tough.
What it was. New coaching staff, new system, new quarterback. It's time to jet up, man. It's time to jet up.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I'm looking forward to the green and white, and this year we should meet there.
We definitely should. We should probably do a show from there.
Wouldn't that be?
Yeah. I personally, Kevin, would love to meet up with a lot of the other Jet family members. I've been on social media for a while, but since you and I have been doing this show, I really met, and I'm going to give some props. I met some nice Jet fans who do other shows and podcasts. Are really nice guys to talk to off the screen. Like, they're not just the screen persona where they look nice and great and they're friendly. They're even friendly outside of that. I would love to meet up with some of our Jet brothers and talk to them and even have them on, you know?
When it gets closer here, we'll start putting it out there. Maybe we'll work something out, that green and white scrimmage.
Yeah.
If they have it, which I'm sure they will. Maybe we can do a show from there and have some of these people come over.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely, over the last year, you know, not in person yet, but just talking to them through social media and DMs. Very nice guys. They're big time Jet fans. And like I said, they're nice off the screen. Like when you talk to them behind the scenes, you see their warmth and their friendliness.
That would be fun. Hey, we could even go on live from the stadium parking lot. So
that would be cool. That would be cool. And, you know, like even to go on their shows, I'm more than willing to do that, you know, and have them on. But that's something in the future we could discuss with our other friends who do shows as well.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, like I'm pretty much done for today. Like I could read all this, you know, depth chart, you know, DK Thomas, he's a linebacker from Middle Tennessee, 226 pounds, all-time leader in tackles at Middle Tennessee. This might be another name. Now, of course, you read these stats and you say, oh, they're all names to look after. But this next one, these are the four I think we should keep an eye on. This last guy being Savon Williams, who's a defensive tackle from Florida A&M, 6'3", 281 pounds, maybe a little undersized for a DT. But, yeah, he's definitely a tweener. They said he could also play defensive end as well. So,
okay. And, you know, before we go today, I wanted to touch on something in the schedule that I noticed.
Okay.
Because we're talking about the schedule.
Yep,
Do you realize we only got one primetime game?
Yeah, you know what, Kev? I know that's probably pissed you off and pissing a lot of people off. I'll tell you why it doesn't piss me off. They're not going to put their bottom dwellers on national TV in primetime slots.
I mean, the only primetime game is the Jaguars here.
Yeah. And that's probably only because it's 1 versus 2 and they want to link these two guys forever in straight jackets to see who breaks out, if they both break out. What I will tell you, Kevin, and we'll go over the schedule in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Once the flex schedule starts, if this Jet team is worth their salt, is worth their salt. Now, I believe the flex schedule starts week 9 or 10. If the Jets are, let's say by week 11, 8-3 or 7-4, don't be surprised if they flip that Pat game at Foxborough into a primetime game.
I know that.
Surprised if December 11th, if we're good, they flip that Buffalo game into a primetime game, you know?
And I also noticed that the last game against the Dolphins, they got a to be announced.
Yes, that's only because they wait with every team.
Yeah, I mean, division.
See what games they want to throw into that 8 o'clock spot.
Right.
There might be a couple of Saturday games. So yes, that's going to be interesting.
I mean, you could see January 8th, Jets at Dolphins for the last wild card spot.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. That would be great. Like you said, Kevin, you've always said it since we did this show, and we've all said it, but you definitely been flying. Meaningful football after Thanksgiving, Jet fans. That's what we want, right?
I'm tired of my season being over by Halloween.
Yep. I don't want to be sitting there December 13th, again, December 4th, playing the Vikings for nothing to show and saying, well, if we win this, we're going to fall down the draft ladder. But if we lose, we can move up. No more draft ladder. No. Beat the Vikings because that's going to give us a game lead over someone else who's looking for that last wild card spot.
Let me tell you, I guess it's since 2011. Okay. Every Thanksgiving, I sit there and it's a struggle for me to watch the games. Why? Because my season's over. My dinner's ruined. my everything. I mean, I don't want that feeling anymore. I want to be sitting there enjoying my family and Thanksgiving dinner, watching the games on TV. And if it's AFC, watching what happens because
Yes.
I know it could affect my team
Yes.
and we're in it. That's the feeling
Yes.
I want.
Agree. Kevin, I said this to you since episode 1. Boys and girls who like football, who are 14 and under, 15 and under, they're not Jet fans because there's nothing to show for this team. If they are, it's because their moms, their dads, their aunts and uncles and older siblings were fans.
Punish them and made them.
Yeah. I don't know how many Sundays I look over to my boy and say, don't root for my team because it's me. Go do your own thing. You need some fun in your life too.
Look at him and say, listen, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love for my son to see exciting football, to look in December and get pumped, to sit on the couch on a Sunday and watch a meaningful game.
I'm sick of our season being over by Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you go by that jackass Brady Quinn, it's going to be over by November 6th.
Oh,
he's winning one game.
Yeah, go scratch.
Please.
Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because we all know how good you were.
Yeah.
We all know you made your mark.
I responded to the Brady Quinn comment. I said, Brady who? Quinn what?
What?
Who are you?
The Mighty Quinn? The song? What are you talking about?
I don't even want to. No, that song's a great song. I don't even want to put him in line with the Mighty Quinn. The Manford Man Band. There we go.
That's right. Yep.
There we go. All right, brother. That's it for me.
Yep. Let's wrap it up
again next week. The shows will start continuing. Remember, everybody out there, please like and subscribe. We're back. We're on a roll.
Yep. And hey, next week, I really want to get into the schedule.
All right, so you want to go early with the schedule. So are we getting into the schedule? Well, we're making our predictions
as of now.
Okay.
We know things can change, injuries, this, that, but.
So you want to do one how we see it now, and then what we did last year, the week before, we'll make. All right, that's cool with me. That's fine. We also have to try to get some guests back on. I would love to hear what some of our brothers think about their draft. I'd love to get, our Steeler friends on, our 49er friends on.
I want to get our buddy Butch on here.
I love to get Butch on. I keep asking him. We also got to get your brother in Methane Metal, the Raider fan. I like to know what he thinks of
Tim. Yep.
Of having Devontae on his team and all that. So, there's be a lot to look forward. We're going to try to get some things rolling. Again, guys, we apologize about the 2 weeks off. Life happens. It's beyond our control, but we're back. And hopefully we'll be riding strong now up until season starts. And it's go time.
Full steam ahead.
It's go time. All right, my brother. Always a pleasure. You know that.
You guys have a great weekend. Okay, enjoy. Hey, 90s here in Jersey and New York.
Tell me about it.
Summer's here.
Summer's here finally. Yeah.
All right, you guys get out and enjoy, and we'll talk to you next week. Hey, jet up.
All right.